There was a time when the rough and tumble of going off to summer camp like other kids was thought to be out of the question for young people with hemophilia. But those days are gone. There's an overriding message at Hemophilia Camp: you were not alone, there are others like you.
So by going to camp, I realized that this disorder was, there were other people like me. And I learned to self-infuse, which was something that opened up a whole new world for me. By learning to self-infuse, I became independent of doctors, my parents. I could go out and just sort of understand more about myself and treat myself.
I started going to summer camp as a counselor, and I got hooked on the whole idea of the kids having adult role models to see and being able to see that, yes, you can do these other things. Yes, you can be more quote-unquote normal. No, you don't have to have it be a 16-ton weight on your shoulders all the time. And having adults around that have normal lives, that have jobs, and so they could see a future. The camp offers the normal camp things like singing silly songs and eating really bad food sometimes, but we've been blessed with having pretty good food at most of our camp facilities we've had. But playing outside, swimming, doing all sorts of activities, but also doing it with medical staff on site so that if something does happen, everything doesn't have to stop. If a little camper has a bleed during an activity, it's not like the whole activity folds up and goes home. The kid goes to the infirmary and gets treated, and then when the doc says they're okay, they go back and they resume it. And it's not, it becomes more of, oh, okay, well, you just do this and then you get back on with your life.
One of the unique aspects of these camps is many of the counselors themselves have hemophilia. Bo Reiniger is a sales representative for HF Healthcare and a hemophilia patient himself.
I love the community. I love my hemophilia community that I'm in. They're my family. If I don't have my real family to talk to, I know I can call any one of my hemophiliac friends and they'll be there for me in an instant.
Obina Maduwako knows all too well what it's like to be a hemophilia patient in need of treatment. Now he wants to become a hematologist himself.
I actually have experienced life without being able to get treatment. I didn't come to the United States until I was 4 years old. So though I was diagnosed, the doctors found out that I had hemophilia in Nigeria, but they did not, they could not treat me besides by giving me blood transfusions. And when I arrived in the United States, I was receiving care, but my mother did not know how to give me the product that I needed. So anytime I'm a severe hemophiliac, anytime I needed factor, I would have to travel to a hospital.
I go to their house, and if I drop off their clotting factor, I hang out with them, or I'll take them out to lunch and we catch up. And because I've grown up with a lot of these kids, and I've seen a lot of these kids grow up through camps and stuff. So I feel like they're my little brothers.
Relationships formed in summer camp continue year-round. Representatives regularly meet with young patients in their homes to advise them on their hemophilia care. The world of hemophilia patients is populated with people determined not to let fear of a bleeding episode hold them back. Corey Parker is a prime example.
Physicians at the time, back when I was growing up in the late 70s and early 80s, sports was not really something you got into if you had hemophilia. But my dad felt it was very healthy. If you had a healthy body, if you took care of your body and you exercised, then it couldn't be a bad thing. And so they supported sports and got me involved. And I was blessed enough to be born with some ability as well. And because of that, I ended up getting a scholarship to play baseball and got my school paid for and got a degree. I was lucky enough to get an opportunity to get drafted by the Detroit Tigers and play professional baseball. And the moment that I got drafted by the Tigers was just an amazing moment, just the fact that I never dreamed of having that opportunity with hemophilia and being injured and having bleeding episodes. I never dreamed that I would be able to do that. And just the idea that somebody says, hey, you know what? you can do that and you can accomplish your dreams was amazing.